The tradition of pieing is as old as the Three Stooges. Maybe even older.
As a rule, parties bore me, but I know I'm going to get a big bang out of this one.
Oh, Senator, I'm so sorry.
Pieing is a harmless and delicious way to humiliate movement traitors, capitalist scumbags like Bill Gates, or homophobic evangelical freaks like Anita Bryant. The deal is that no one gets hurt while causing many laughs. But when you attack somebody from the motherfucking resistance with a pie laced with hot chili peppers, well, then you are just acting like the motherfucking police. This is what happened to writer and activist Lierre. 3 mass pie perpetrators delivered the spicy treats during a lecture by Lierre during the San Francisco Anarchist Book Fair. The execution of the pieing is commendable, but the target was, in my opinion, a mistake. Apparently the spicy pie gang are vegan activists who have beef with Lierre, who was a vegan for 20 years, because she wrote a book called The Vegetarian Myth. I, for one, support people's right to eat whatever the fuck they want. I've been a vegan and a vegetarian in the past, and I agree that the evil practice of factory meat production is something that must be stopped at all costs. But Jesus fucking Christ. Sometimes hardcore vegan activists are worse than fucking evangelical Bible beaters. Y'all need to chill the fuck out and look at who your real enemies are. Lierre is not one of them. If you stop and listen to Lierre's arguments for a motherfucking minute, you'll learn that what she's really talking about is topsoil. But I'll shut the fuck up and let Lierre speak for herself. I caught up with her last December at the Humble Anarchist Book Fair. Hey Lierre, how the fuck are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm trying to relax after that rather hostile crowd.
So, the vegetarian myth, what's the big fucking deal?
Agriculture is actually the most destructive thing that people have done to the planet, so more of the same is not going to save us. Agriculture has run through every continent. There are none left. That means we've destroyed all the topsoil. We've also destroyed the prairies, the forests, the wetlands, the rivers, in order to grow a monocrop of humans. So all of that life has been funneled into simply increasing numbers of the human population. This will never be sustainable. There is no topsoil left. At this point, what we're eating is fossil fuel. And obviously that's not going to last forever either. And in order to repair this planet, we've got to bring back those forests and prairies and wetlands. If we simply got out of the way, it would happen on its own. We could certainly participate and make it happen faster. But ultimately, we need to take our sustenance as a species from inside those living communities. We can't continue to impose ourselves across the world and expect there to be any life left at the end.
How does industrial agriculture destroy topsoil?
You have to understand what agriculture is. You take a piece of land and you clear every living thing off it. And I mean down to the bacteria. And then you plant it to human use. In order to grow the annual monocrops that agriculture is founded on, that civilization is founded on, you have to clear the land because those annual seeds, they're really big seed heads, they cannot compete against perennial grasses or forests. So the forest has to come down or the prairie has to be plowed up. Once the land is cleared, once the soil is bare, you can then plant those seeds. But this is an inherently destructive process. I mean, first of all, you're destroying entire ecosystems. And second of all, by clearing that soil, you're destroying it. It's just like us. When soil is exposed, it dies. The sun bakes it and the rain compounds it, and then the wind will just blow it away.
I once heard that cow farts are one of the biggest sources of CO2 gases, and that quitting meat is one of the best things a person can do to save their motherfucking planet. Is that bullshit?
Yeah, this really goes back to the fact that they're feeding corn to ruminants. That's not their native diet. If you let them eat cellulose, which is what they prefer, it's the diet they evolved eating was grass, the methane problem is tremendously reduced. It's because they're being fed the wrong food. That's why they're producing so much methane. And a lot of those statistics are really overblown anyway. I mean, it may be as little as 3%, in fact, of the methane is actually from cows. So I think a lot of that is just people with a political agenda sort of taking it and running with it.
Thanks, Lierre. And that about does it for this edition of It's the End of the World as we know it and I feel fine. The following peeps share their piece of their pie in order to make the shit real. Dan, Noah, Sebastian, Samuel, Birgit, Steve, Anderson, Flip, Garson, Nathan, Andrew, Margaret, Sebastian, Christian, Martin, Will, and Bird. Pipe Lotion. To comment on this show, or for links to Lierre Keith, just visit my fucking website, stimulator.tv. Now shut your pie hole.
kids. You can podcast high-quality video of this show at submedia.tv.